the worst earthquake in Nepal since 1934. Over 1,000 people have been killed and reports are still coming in of the extent of the damage. We're getting you the latest updates from the quake zone. First, the headlines. Over 1,000 killed as an earthquake measuring 7.9 on the Richter scale hits Nepal. It's the biggest ever earthquake to hit the Himalayan country in 80 years. Hundreds of Nepalis prepare to sleep outdoors as more than 20 aftershocks rattle Nepal, 7 of them above the magnitude of 5.
Even the relief and the rescue teams have not been able to reach areas like this where we are standing right now. So it's the first, CNN IBN is the first news channel actually which has reached the ground zero, the epicenter of the earthquake.
CNN IBN reports from Nepal, the first Indian channel to reach the epicenter of the quake in Pokhara, to bring you first-hand accounts of the devastation. The Himalayan earthquake's complete coverage from ground zero only on CNN IBN with Prabhakar Kumar, who's travelled from Bihar this afternoon. Reporting from Kathmandu is Shivani Chemjong, and we are going to get you those ground reports in just a moment. Massive damage to buildings in Kathmandu, among them the historic Dharhara Tower. 180 bodies recovered from the World Heritage Site. Others still feared trapped in the debris. The quake triggers massive avalanches on Mount Everest. 18 bodies of mountaineers recovered by the Indian Army's Everest team. Mountaineer Arjun Vajpayee speaks to CNN IBN from the Makalu higher base camp.
Even after some time, we had a little bit of aftershocks coming in, and it didn't look so good. We still have a couple of climbers stuck up on the mountain.
And Kanakmani Dixit, senior journalist from Nepal, is joining us ahead on the show. We'll go to him in just a bit.
Television is not working. There are parts of Kathmandu where there is no electricity. Everybody will have to find some way of getting in touch. The embassy, of course, will do its utmost to be of help.
Back home, the Prime Minister holds an emergency meeting and orders immediate evacuation of Indians stranded in Nepal. Relief assistance with 10 NDRF teams sent to Kathmandu. Air India Indigo SpiceJet will operate additional flights and take relief material free of cost. The Indian Railways dispatches 1 lakh bottles of water to Kathmandu. BSNL and Airtel chop call rates to Nepal for the next 3 days. In India, at least 36 dead, the majority in Bihar, 8 dead in Uttar Pradesh and 3 in West Bengal. The earthquake shakes most of the north and east part areas of the country. A massive earthquake measuring 7.9 on the Richter scale jolted Nepal this morning, leaving more than 1,000 people dead. A state of emergency has been declared. The maximum deaths have been reported in the Kathmandu Valley. The epicenter of the quake was around 80 kilometers from Nepal's capital. More than 20 aftershocks were felt in Nepal, and a majority of them were above the magnitude of 5. Extensive damage has been reported. Old buildings have been reduced to rubble, and images show wide cracks on the road as well as on buildings. A historic tower, which is a World Heritage Site, the Dharhara, collapsed in Kathmandu, and 180 bodies have already been recovered from the debris of that site. There's a fear that many people could still be trapped in the debris because it's a tourist destination and people had gone up to the observatory to get a view of Kathmandu city. India is sending NDRF personnel with relief materials. The first team has already reached Kathmandu. CNN IBN's Prabhakar Kumar is in fact the first Indian journalist to reach Nepal. He's travelled from Bihar this afternoon and he sent us his first report from the Karra village, which is on the outskirts of Pokhara.
It's been nearly a few hours since Nepal was hit by one of a bad earthquakes, and we have reached the Karra village of Nepal. It is very near the epicenter, where the epicenter of the earthquake is very near to Pokhara. And if I could show you the first sign of devastation, this was one of the houses where the family was staying, and in this particular house, one person lost their life. An old lady lost their life. In this particular village, which is very near to Pokhara, this village has around 150 houses, and most of the houses have suffered severe damage, and it's almost not livable. It's not possible actually to stay in these houses. It has completely crumbled down, and people here are staying out in the open now, willing to spend their nights out in the open. And even the relief and the rescue teams have not been able to reach areas like this where we are standing right now. So it's the first, CNN IBN is the first news channel actually which has reached the ground zero, the epicenter of the earthquake. ये कब कितने बजे की घटना है, क्या क्या हुआ बताइए?
12 बजे की घटना।
क्या हुआ जब अर्थक्वेक आया? किस
वो अभी तो मालूम नहीं था वो कितना बजे से आया, कितना बजे आया। वो आने तो 12 बजे आया था।
आपके यहाँ तो फिर डेथ भी हो गई है?
उस टाइम में हम लोग नहीं था,
हम लोग
बाहर थे।
This gentleman probably is not actually able to put it in words, so we'll try and talk to the local villagers and find out actually what actually happened when the earthquake hit this area. ये बताइए, जब earthquake हुआ था, जब भूकंप आया था, तो आप लोग यहाँ पर थे, घर में भी लोग थे यहाँ, क्या हुआ था एग्जैक्टली अपने शब्द में बताइए।
हम लोग टीवी देख रहा था घर पर ठीक 12, उसके बाद ठीक 12 बजे है ना, 12 बजे से अब भूकंप हल्का
12 बजे नेपाली टाइम। हाँ
हाँ 12 बजे चाहिँ हल्का घर हल्यो होइन। अनि त्यसपछि चाहिँ हामी अब त्यसपछि हामी चाहिँ अब भूकम्प आयो भने हामी बच्चा हामी सबैजना तल ओर्ल्यौँ, हामी चौरतिर लागेको थियो सबैजना, गाउँले सबैजनाहरू। अनि त्यसपछि यताउता सबैले यता घरसर भत्काएर चाहिँ यहाँ मान्छे एकजना बुढा चाहिँ लास भएर छ होइन।
आप if you could translate क्या ये क्या बोल रहे हैं?
दिन के 12 बजे नेपाली टाइम, दिन के 12 बजे यहाँ पर जो घटना हुआ है, इन लोग उस समय फर्स्ट बार अनुभव किए कि एकदम धीरे धीरे आया, फिर बाद में स्पीड हो गया। और उस स्पीड होने के बाद में एक घर जो टूटा, उसमें एक वृद्ध महिला का, वृद्ध पुरुष का